You can run a Gramix application as a Windows service. So to do that, what you need to do is run any kind of command prompt or shell or PowerShell, but it needs to be done as an administrator. Then you can go to the path where your app is and type Gramix service install. Let me show how this works. So I have a simple app with a file gramix.yaml where the home page displays a function handler that just prints hello world. So I'm going to note that I'm running this as administrator. So if I run Gramix service install, that will install the service from this particular directory, the current directory where I'm running, which is the WinService directory, which is also where the gramix.yaml is. Once done, it'll print a message saying installed service. The Gramix application will run from the path where you installed it from, and the version or the path to the Python executable and the path to the Gramix executable. Now with this, you'll be able to run the Gramix service, and the command to run the Gramix service or start it is Gramix service start. That's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is to go to the services menu. So that is in Windows services. And when you open that, you'll see a list of services, one of which will be Gramix application. By default, that's configured to start manually, but you can click on start service here and start it, or you can change the properties to change the startup type from manual to automatic or automatic delayed start or any other possibility. Now it's showing the service as running. Let's test that out. What we'll do is go to localhost colon 9988 and we can see hello world is printed here. To stop the service, we can go to the service list and out here, we'll click on stop. That's attempting to stop the service. And now let's look at the details. Yeah, it's no longer saying status running. Gramix is now stopped. Let's refresh the page. And you'll see that this site cannot now be reached because the service is stopped. We can also start and stop the service from the command prompt using Gramix service start and Gramix service stop. These are exactly the same things. So let's run Gramix service start. And that will attempt to start the service. It says starting service Gramix application at this particular path. Now let's reload this page. Reload, and now we see hello world. To stop it, we say Gramix service stop, and that should stop the service in a few seconds. Yeah, that's stopping the service. If you want to uninstall the service, that is, instead of it appearing on the list of services, you want to remove it, you have a couple of options. You can either, no, actually you have only one option. You type in Gramix service remove, or you can type Gramix service uninstall. Both of these amount to the same thing. That prints removed service, and now this application no longer exists. If I refresh this page, you'll see that Gramix application has vanished. So that was the smooth path where you can install a service, start, stop. You can also change some of the options. So let's run Gramix service install. This service, when it's installing, you can provide a set of options. CWD specifies where it should run from. By default, it'll take the directory where you run it from, but you can change that to any other directory. The name of the user to run it as, the password for that user, and the startup mode. All of these can also be customized by right-clicking here and going to properties, where you can specify, for example, the logon account, the user ID and the password if you're picking a specific account. And you can also change the startup type from manual to automatic or disabled and so on. Now let's take a look at some possible scenarios where things are not going fine. So let's say you're trying to install it. We'll remove the service. But if you're installing it not using an administrator command prompt, but from a regular command prompt. So I'll go to cd temp WinService and now run Gramix service install. This command prompt is not an administrator command prompt. So when I type Gramix service install, it shows me an access is denied error. If you see access is denied, that means that you're not running it as an administrator. Let's look at another situation. Supposing you're already running an instance of GramX on port 9988. Now, when this is happening and you also try and start the service, this won't work because, well, GramX is already running. And maybe I looked at, okay, I forgot to install the GramX service. So GramX service install. That should install the service in a few seconds. Yeah, now it's installed. Let's start this service. Now it's attempting to start the service and it's saying running. But after a few seconds, it vanishes. It stops automatically. Now, we know why, because there is already an instance of GramX running at port 9988. But supposing we didn't know that, how can we debug this? There are two ways you could debug this. One is by a file called service.log. Whenever a GramX service starts, it prints all of the console messages onto service.log. And you can look at the bottom of service.log and you'll see this message. Port 9988 is busy, stopping GramX. So you know why GramX stopped. This is one way you can check for any errors. A second way is using the event viewer. So you can go to start event viewer, and the event viewer has a list of all the Windows system events. Under Windows log, you can go to application and you'll see the events related to GramX out here. For example, you see that there is a message, an error message here that reports the traceback saying there was a system exit. This message comes from GramX app, so you can look for all the messages that have GramX app as the source. So between the application logs in event viewer and service.log in the same directory where the GramX app is running, you should have enough information to be able to debug why something is not starting.